Hello and welcome to another edition with Shaw Local News. I am the reporter Joey Weslo, and with me is Becky Lenski. We previously did an article with Becky because she was on the Wheel of Fortune. And the name of our article was Almost Fortunate Spun, a kind of a riff off the Creedence Clearwater Revival song. Why we originally thought that was fitting was not only did you win large in a financial amount, you got a trip to Costa Rica, but you had your sons there with you. It was one of your kids' birthdays.
Yes.
And you were doing something that was transcendent to you on a personal level because it connected to you, to your parents and the way that they raised the love in your family. Can you tell me a little bit about having your sons there on the stage with you when you won?
Well, first of all, I will say out of everything, that was the most amazing part. Like, yes, I won all this, won the game, won all the money and the trip, but I just remember, like I said, like we grew up watching this when I only with my parents, but with my kids. So, even the day I found out I was going to be on the show, my kids were the first one I called. And so I just remember after I won the last round and they took you, to the bonus spin. I look to my left and both of my kids are standing there. They're getting like their noses powdered because they're getting the hair and makeup. And I look over at them and I'm just, oh my God. And they're the same back to me. Oh my God. Like it was so surreal. I get like goosebumps like talking about it because it was such like an amazing moment, not only for me, but because my kids were there to share in that. And I told them this, like, well, the best part, yes, one solved the puzzle, but was when they got to come and hug me. It was just like, oh my God, like this three-person hug. And it was just the best. Like, that is what I will remember the most. Because it was so surreal, like to have my kids there. And, it wasn't just I won, like we all won. Like it was so amazing.
You weren't just winning at the end. I mean, memorizing a poem is what you guessed at the end of the puzzle, and you only had a couple of letters working in your favor. And I was playing along with you when I was watching it with my father. I was nowhere close to guessing anything.
Oh, you didn't get it?
No, and we kind of talked about some of the good luck mementos that you had, both from your parents, where you talked about the lipstick that was your mother's. You talked about
Hmm.
the photo of Vanna White that was your father's.
I
Um,
have that with me if you want.
yeah, can I see that real quick?
So after I won, we were able to kind of talk with Vanna and Ryan Moore. And I told Vanna because I wasn't guaranteed I'd get it signed. I told Vanna the story how my dad signed this, or she signed it to my dad in the 80s. So I brought it with. And that's the picture of her. I don't want to get the glare.
Yeah,
And
which
yeah, so it says
which one's the newer signature?
the black ones are the new ones. So it says to Ray Carroll, love Vanna White. So when she signed it in the black, she's like, "Oh, the signature matches." I'm like, "It's real."
Your
And
competitors didn't stand a chance.
yeah, and then there was a producer there, and he goes, "Well, why don't you get Ryan Seacrest to sign it too?" I was like, "Okay." So then Ryan Seacrest signed it up here as well, and it actually says, I'm sure you saw the after with the plank challenge, but it says to Becky, best planker.
That is accurate. You did challenge Ryan Seacrest to a planking competition.
Yes.
How confident are you that you would win?
Um, I was kind of confident. Like, I know I've got a strong core. Like, I know I'm good at planking, but I know he works out a lot. Like, I know he is strong.
I should fill
Um,
this in that you are a Pilates instructor in
yes, I
Naperville,
am.
and you come from Yorkville.
Yes. And I've been teaching about 15 years. So yes, I definitely know I have a strong core. Um, but I knew he was strong. I didn't think he would give me that much of a run for my money. Like he didn't lay up. Like we both, I think it was like almost like 3 minutes by the time we were both done with it. But yeah, it was so much fun. And it's funny because I was just talking to him once we got there and actually went into the plank. I was just talking to him like I would my students, you know, with their form and everything. And because he was so personable, he was so kind, him and Vanna, everyone there was so amazing. I felt comfortable. Like it wasn't like intimidating by him. You just felt like we were friends and we're just having fun, like, having a plank challenge.
What did your clients make of it? Because I know you said that one of your older clients was really excited. Can you and also share like your full winnings? What did you win and the trip that you won, and then what did they make of it?
I ended up winning a trip to Costa Rica. I won the puzzle round. And then when I won the final bonus round, it was 50,000 cash. And then during just the rounds themselves, it was about like 14,000 in cash. So I think my total was like 73,000 dollars and some change. Yeah, and I had a watch party. So when I was at my party, a lot of my students, my clients, my family, fellow instructors were there. So that was awesome. I think that made it even, more sweet because nobody knew the results. And everyone said, they're like, I can't believe you kept that. I can't believe you didn't want to like scream it, to the world. But yeah, no one knew. My kids were the only ones that knew because they were there.
And
But
can
yeah.
you tell a bit about how special it was championing or representing Yorkville, a small town like Yorkville, on the national stage?
Oh, that was amazing. Just to say the words, Yorkville, Illinois. I've never heard that on TV before. We're such a small town, local town. So that was awesome. And then even in like afterwards, there's a Facebook page where it's, like local, neighborhood moms, people like the outpouring of support. Everyone was so proud, just like of Yorkville, and to have somebody that was representing the town. That was amazing. I'm just so blown away by like the support of my town and just doing them proud, putting Yorkville on the map, maybe.
Because this has been a very peculiar dream of yours since you were a kid. What can you say about the tenacity of following a dream, even no matter how ludicrous it is, of something like this, that is far-fetched? Because even, coming from Yorkville, doing these things, you can accomplish these things as long as you're tenacious in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like no matter how silly it is, like I tell like my kids and I we love game shows. Like I am obsessed with game shows. We watch Game Show Network all the time. And it's not a lot of people. I don't know if sharing that I do. But just even how crazy it is. Like your dream can happen. Like I'm still pinching myself like today. That this did happen because it did take a while. I've always loved the show, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that sits there on their couch and starts talking to the contestants like I can't believe they didn't solve that, or it before they do. And I'm like, you know what, I am going to try out for this. And yeah, I mean, it took a while. It took like 16 months to finally get the answer that I was going to be a contestant. But I mean, I just kept up with it, and I'm like, if it's meant to be, it's going to happen. And I just kept thinking about it. And yeah, like no matter how crazy you think your dream is, if it's important to you, like just keep going for it.
Has your relationship with playing games changed at all? Because you kind of reached the pinnacle of this. It's kind of like winning the Stanley Cup in hockey. Like, what do you do after that?
Well, they're still going to play hockey. If they win the Stanley Cup, they're still going to play. I don't think so. It honestly makes me want to watch it more. Like after I won and came home, still watching the games and still being that, that couch person, saying, "Oh, come on, how come they don't know that?" And I'm like, well, I know how they feel, but it's yeah, I still love them. I still watch it every night. There hasn't been a day since I've been back that I haven't watched Wheel of Fortune.
And when your kid is home from college and your other kid is around, you're definitely making them still come to the table to play.
Oh man, my son, yeah, because he's in high school, he's a senior. Oh, he's still watching it with me. We're watching it together. And we do other things because we're on a trivia team, me and my kids. So we're just game obsessed pretty much.
I think that wraps up our conversation with Becky Lenski. Thank you so much for spending the time to break everything down with me. Your experience was once in a lifetime and was a phenomenal story to help tell. And I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.